Good afternoon, everybody. It is meteorologist A Weather Forecast, and welcome back to the video, guys. So I'm gonna do a second update on Invest 91L, and I'm gonna be doing this right now because it did actually make landfall just a couple hours ago in part of southern Texas near the Corpus Christi area around there. And guys, we're gonna have a lot of coastal issues, a lot of inland issues. And guys, not only we're going to have a tropical rain issue, we're also going to have some severe weather issue in the so we're going to have two sides of this rain. And again, it can possibly increase a chance of possible tornadoes and large hail too. So it's not just going to be like some tropical weather, it's also going to bring that regular spring tornado outbreak possible. So guys, so right now the only active alerts we have right now are more into the coastal areas, more of the same areas that we saw earlier this morning. We do have flood watches in effect from the Gulfport, Mississippi area all the way to the Houston, Texas area. And then we do have, I believe, flood warnings in effect for some counties in southern Texas on the coast. And then we do have some flood advisories, some more areas in the inland areas. So this is what we really need to watch out for, as it can bring quite some severe weather. So, and I won't be not surprised if we have later on today some flood watches and flood warnings coming into effect for these areas in the southeast, because they can actually get a lot of rain too. So that's what it's looking like in the National Weather Service. So let's take a look at the CMC radar now. So it, as you can tell, it did make landfall. You see, we have very strong rain right now currently in the Houston area. Very strong rain, and we can have some large waves possible, as we're gonna have some coastal issues. And then Dallas can actually just get affected with some light rain. We're going to have some very heavy rain get into the Jackson, Mississippi in the next couple of hours. And then we're going to have a small little wave for the northern part of Texas. So we're going to have some very strong rain there in the next 6 hours or so. So we go in the next 12 hours. We do have that still heavy rain staying into the Houston area. So that's why we can have that really huge severe threat, very huge flooding threat, and then we're going to have some very heavy rain move into the Louisiana area and parts of the Arkansas area. So it's going to start moving inland as we go later into tonight. In the next 18 hours, we're still going to have that very heavy rain sticking around parts of the Texas area. It's going to start moving towards the Louisiana area by tomorrow, and it's going to affect the Shreveport, Louisiana area, and then possibly bring some very heavy rain towards the Mississippi area. We're going to have some very strong rain into the Little Rock area. It's going to head to the southeast tomorrow. It's going to bring very heavy rain for the Nashville area. It's actually going to affect the panhandle of the Florida area, and possibly affect the Mobile, Alabama area. Going to bring some heavy rain for the Chattanooga, Tennessee area and parts of northern Georgia. And then it's going to bring some very, very heavy rain towards that central part of Georgia. And again, it's going to be right here, so it's still going to bring quite a lot of rain towards these areas. We can have a lot of flooding possible in the Appalachian Mountains, and then we're going to have some more rain sticking around into that southern part of the country. And then it's going to move on, guys. It's still going to keep on bringing a lot more rain, so that's what we're looking like there. It's going to bring a lot more rain to the inland areas. So now we're going to be taking a look at the NAM 3KAM for NAM 3KM. So you guys can see what it's going to look like in the possible severe weather, and you guys can see a more detailed radar here. So in the next hour or so, we're going to have very, very strong severe thunderstorms possible into parts of the Corpus Christi area, and then we're going to have some severe weather bands into the areas of the Houston area, and then possibly into the northern part or the central part of Texas. And then we're going to have some severe weather possibly in that Baton Rouge area. It's going to be stretching a lot more into the inland areas. As you can see, that low pressure is going to start to move up a bit more north very slowly. It's going to start to bring some severe weather towards that Houston area. And then we're going to have small little bands that are going to act as like these little waves there. We're going to have some more move into that Louisiana area, and we're going to actually have some severe weather move into the parts of the Mississippi area. Small little ones, though, by tonight. Let me get this out of here. And then we're going to have very heavy rain start to bring some small little bands toward the Alabama and Mississippi area, but the low pressure is going to actually be right on the Houston area, bringing very severe weather. We're going to have very severe weather moving to the part of southern Mississippi, bring some very heavy rain heavy bands towards that New Orleans area, and then we're gonna have quite some more severe weather moving to the northern part of Texas and parts of the western part of Arkansas. Later on, as we go more into tomorrow, we can have that severe weather go into parts of the Jackson, Mississippi area and parts of the central Louisiana area. Again, guys, you can see how long it's taking. It's taking about a day to go from here. Let's go here. It's going to take about a day and a half to come from here to here. It's going to take a long time to go there. So that's why we're going to have all that flooding threat there. It's going to bring a lot of rain. We go later into tomorrow, we're going to have a lot more rain into the central part of Arkansas, central part of Mississippi, very heavy rain moving in there. And then Tupelo, Mississippi can get a light to moderate rain at a very fast rate, though. Not going to have severe weather, but it's going to have that tropical rain there. And then we're going to have a small little band coming from the Louisiana area where we can have that severe weather possible. As we go later on, it's going to bring in some more heavy rain into the Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia area, and then it's going to move on to the southeast. So now we're going to be taking a look at the southeast. Let's get this out of here. Alright, so we're quickly going to be going to the southeast now. So we already saw what's going to happen tomorrow. So as we go later on, tomorrow it's going to bring some possibly heavy rain towards the Georgia area and the Lake Lanier area. Very heavy rain into that northern tip near that Tallulah Falls area. We can really have some possible tornadoes there. Really don't see that severe weather like that. I haven't really seen anything there going to the North Georgia area. And then it's going to move on to the South Carolina and Appalachian Mountains and bring scattered little bands. So now we're going to be taking a look at the CMC, the precip. We're going to have a big area stretching from that Houston area and stretching all the way to the Virginia area. So again, like I said, we're going to have a lot of rain into the Appalachian Mountains, up to 4 inches there. And then to the Georgia and South Carolina border, we can actually have up to 7.5 inches there, and then actually about 8 inches into the Georgia and Alabama border. And then we're going to have a smaller little band here forming, or where these first areas are going to get that heavy rain. Again, the Houston areas and all that, they're getting heavy rain right now as we speak. That's where we can actually have up to 8 inches, and then Texas and Louisiana border, and then we can actually have 8 inches around that Houston border, that Houston area. And then in between these bands, we can actually have Louisiana and Mississippi reach up to 3.5 inches, not too bad. And then we can actually have 4.5 inches reach all the way to the northern Virginia area, and then possibly 2 inches into that Indiana area. But you can quickly see in the next 6 hours, let's just go to the next 12 hours, we can actually have up to 2 inches already in the Texas area. And then we go to the next 24 hours, we have actually up more than 7. So we can actually get up to 7 inches in the next 24 hours. And then it intensifies a lot more. You can see how quickly it just spread to the inland areas and then brings very heavy rain. So now we're going to be taking a look at the European model. It's going to be a new model we're looking at, as the European's very accurate with this stuff. It has a lot less rain. For the Houston areas, for the Shreveport area, a lot less rain. As apparently, the heaviest rain will be right here into the Carolinas area. We're only going to have about less than 2 inches in that northern Louisiana area. And not even a lot of rain for the Houston area, about less than 3 inches in the Houston area. Very low numbers there. The worst of it's looking like it's going to be into the northern part of Mississippi, into the Nashville area, into the Memphis area too. And guys, this is very surprising. We can actually reach up to 17 inches. Yes, 17 inches of rain right here. You can see right here the maximum is going to be right here into this small little spot right here. We can actually reach up to 17 inches in that small little area in northern North Carolina. That's where we can have all that rain possible in that area, but this is very unlikely. Last thing we're going to be looking at is the areas of the Storm Projection Center, what we have. Again, guys, we're going to have severe weather, but this is going to be the last thing we're going to be looking at right here. We're going to have two sides of the flooding rain, tropical rain kind of, from this Invest 91L, and then we're going to have that severe weather. We're going to have a marginal chance for near these, just a couple miles north of the Houston area into parts of the southern part of Louisiana. Very low chance right now, as we're going to just have it bring that tropical rain at first. We're not going to have that much tropical weather there. Tomorrow is when we're going to have that very heavy bands movement with this tropical weather combined. We're going to have a marginal risk for the Jackson, Mississippi area, the New Orleans, Louisiana, and Baton Rouge and Mobile Alabama, and then we're gonna have actually a slight chance into this area that can actually have more of these bands, multiple bands actually. Houston, Texas, Corpus Christi, Laredo, Texas, and Pasadena, and Waco, Texas, and now in the enhanced risk, that's where we can really have the severe weather here. Yes, we're gonna have flooding rain, but it looks like we can actually have more of a tornado threat too. We're gonna have San Antonio, Texas, Austin, Texas, Round Rock, Texas, and Victoria, Texas, and Cedars, right? All right, guys. So that was this video for the Invest 91L and the Landfall. So hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys in the next video, and yeah, have a wonderful day.